Hi, welcome back to the Positive Prepper. I'm so happy to see you all. Great news. I'm not going to have this background. It sounds like in about 2 weeks, give or take, our office space is going to be redesigned. And so you won't have all this weird stuff behind me with everything getting covered up. I'm actually going to have a background, so I'm super excited for that. I'll make sure to point that out when that happens. So today I'm going to cover two different points of action, two different plans of action. My opinion is that we are already in an SHTF event. It may not be impacting everybody, and it also might be impacting people differently. But what I'm going to cover today is more of a generalized SHTF. So, things are getting pretty wild and crazy out there, and it looks like things are going to get a lot worse, right? So, let's ramp that up to about a 5. So, things are like really crazy out there, and you're not sure what's going on. Okay, so this plan of action is going to be different than the second one. So, for this plan of action, the first thing you want to do is get your family to a secured location as soon as possible. Probably not something everybody has to panic about, which you shouldn't panic anyways, but just kind of make sure that everybody gets where you need to be. Gather intelligence. Find out what's going on. This might be either through a radio or talking to the local police department. They're going to be a great resource for finding out, especially what's going on locally, because that will determine the level of preparedness, I guess, that you go to. Number 3, decide whether or not your mag should consolidate. So if you have one of those mags where you've got other people that are coming in to bug in together or bunker in together, communicate about what's going on and make that decision about whether or not you guys should all maybe come together. Establish your first level of security. So what that means is make sure your cameras are working and all your alarms are on and your boomsticks are stocked and ready to go. Okay, that's kind of your first level. Check your generator. Make sure the batteries and your fuel are on hand and ready to go. Number 6, establish your defensive positions inside and outside your secured location. You might want to start staging your weapons or staging your whatever your defense system looks like. Start getting that ready. Check your lines of sight, all that stuff we talked about in the last video. So those are, real basic things that you might want to consider in, if things are kind of ramped up just that little bit. In the second situation, your plan of action is going to be far more intensive. And this is an all-out and immediate SHTF event, okay, which is going to require an all-out and immediate response to it. So first of all, plan on how you would all get to your secured location. So for example, if you have kids in school, who's going to go get them and how? What's the route that you're going to take to go get them, right? All of these things need to be planned out. Make sure your vehicle gas tanks are all full. As a prepper, we're not supposed to let our gas gauges get below half a tank. It's kind of hard to do. We all lead really busy lives, but if this situation happens, you're going to want to make sure that all your vehicles are full of gas, thus having cash with just in case you can't use your credit or debit card. Grab any and all last minute items that you need for your secured location. So, I need to go get one more box of freedom seeds or whatever it is. Get to your secured location. Prepare your location for a large group if your mag will be bunkering in with you. Okay? Set up your sleeping arrangements, your cooking arrangements, your area for kids. You need to start getting that stuff completely ready to go so when they get there, everybody knows where they're going to go. It's all set up and ready, right? You're not having to shuffle through, because all the time that you're taking to shuffle through that takes away your eyes and ears from what's going on outside. Prepare defensively. Have your boomsticks staged, cameras ready, reinforcements applied. So whatever you're doing for that wall structure, right? Because they're not going to protect you from freedom seeds, so you need to reinforce those somehow. Make sure that your doors and windows are secured and blocked out. All of these types of things. And then make sure that you have vehicle movement if you need to have a quick getaway. So if you have 6 people coming to bunker in with you, you've now got, 7, 8 vehicles outside. That's not going to help you get away really quick. Okay, so you need to plan where all these vehicles are going to go. Fill all your accessible containers with water if your water system could be compromised. Fill the bathtub. Fill up any buckets. Fill your sinks. Whatever you've got, have that extra water on hand if you can. And then number 7 is, I kind of giggled when I thought about this, but it's true. Okay, I have 2 very large dogs, one of whom she probably eats a lot more than she should and doesn't get a lot of exercise, right? So she's a little chunky, but she's a big dog. So we had to increase the size of our doggy door. Okay? A lot of people don't think about closing those off. Make sure that your doggy doors, kitty doors, things like that are all blocked, right? Somebody could come in and chunk in a weapon of some kind or whatever. You got to make sure that all access points are taken care of. So that, all of that being said, remember that you have to decide for yourself and your family what constitutes which level of action you want to take. For me and my family, absolute immediate plan of action, there's a couple things that would fall under that category, such as a military invasion in the U.S., nuclear bombs being deployed, massive long-term power grid failure, coordinated terrorist attack, right? So for me and my family, those are on the, okay, it's now, it's go time, right? For the first plan of action, this might just mean that things are happening across the country, but not necessarily in my area yet. Or martial law has been declared for certain areas. Or something's happened, but nobody knows what's going on. So we kind of just got to wait and see, what that was. So whatever the case, your common theme here is to have a plan in place and know what events will trigger what responses. So where is your comfort level as far as, executing that full on SHTF response versus just kind of keeping an eye out and being aware and at least getting, kind of things prepared. So this is something that only you know what is right for you and your family, but you need to have this discussion, okay? Also, remember that God has a plan too, and that no matter how bad things might get or seem to get, He is in control. And if you believe in Him and have given Him your heart, then ultimately you will come out victoriously. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching The Positive Prepper. God bless.